Also, hold on tight to your valuables, hats, sunglasses, cameras, etc. If anything falls out, the reserve will not allow me to stop and pick up anything. They're lost forever. So hold on tight. Let's head on in.
Yay!
Airborne Patrol, this is Simple 1. Come in, over. Jumbo Warden, we're headed into the Little Ituri Forest. What's going on inside? Over.
I'm Jumbo, Simple 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
10-4 Wilson. Now those animals way out there with the black and white stripes, that's the okapi. People think they're related to the zebra, but that is the only known living relative of the giraffe. It was discovered in the Western world in 1901. This black and white bird over here to the right, that's the saddle-billed stork. That is Africa's tallest stork species. They stand about 5 feet tall, fully extended. Look at that wingspan. It's as much as 9 feet wide.
Like an albatross.
Now look over here to the left. There's a whitish, pinkish bird there with his wings open. Well, they were. He's got a yellow big fin and red trim, black trim. That is the yellow-billed stork. They are carnivorous birds. They feast on fish and lizards, frogs, other birds. They're just carnivores. Now, up here on the right, there's the greater kudu.
Yeah, kudu.
Second largest antelope species. You can tell she's a lady. She doesn't have horns on her head. The males have magnificent horns and grow to be about 750 pounds. Wow. There she is. Now, the Harambe Wildlife Reserve was established in 1971 to protect local wildlife. Over the years, animals have become a lot less afraid of humans, which is great for us, but it does leave the animals more vulnerable to poachers and illegal hunters. Fortunately, we do have lots of wildlife rangers that constantly patrol the 800 square miles of this reserve to keep these animals safe. Now, everybody look up there to the left. I see a black rhino up there. I'm gonna go slow because I don't want to hit the animals here. But now you should be able to see them up there. That animal is critically endangered. Hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. I just saw it. Hundreds of thousands of black rhino have been slaughtered for their horns. As a result, now there are few. Oh, there it is. It's walking. As a result, now there are fewer than 5,000 of them left in the world. Even on wildlife reserves like this one, we can't guarantee their safety from poachers. Oh, look at their horns, folks. Can you see their horns? They are made of the same material as our hair and fingernails. It's called keratin, but not even attached to the rhino's skull. So if they lose their horns but survive, just like our hair and fingernails, the horns can grow back.
But God forbid the poacher just take the horn.
Now we are leaving the Little Ituri Forest, and we're going to head into the Safi River. This is where Nile hippo gather. Nile hippo are one of Africa's largest animals. Their babies are born at about 85 pounds, and full-grown males clocking at 5,000 pounds. Whoa! You know, oh, look at that. Their very large bodies do overheat quite easily, so oftentimes you'll find them submerged completely underwater. Little ones, sit down, please. There is no standing in the vehicle, folks. Adults, please make sure the children stay seated.
Oh, I like her serious voice.
Now they can take a breath at the surface. They can drop all the way down to the bottom of the body of water they're in, and they can just walk along the bottom, not needing another breath for up to 8 minutes.
Oh, look, there's a hippo in the water.
Nice.
Now these big dingy gray birds in the middle island here, ironically, are called pink-back pelicans. They're very smart birds and work together in groups to herd fish into shallow water.
See the hippo coming through the water. See him?
As we come along this curve here, folks, I do caution you to keep your fingers inside the vehicle. We're about to approach hungry Nile crocodile. They are far larger and way more aggressive than the mere 6-foot-long American alligators. These creatures reach 20 feet long. They apply 1,200 pounds of pressure per square inch in one mighty chomp.
Look at him with his mouth open.
Emerge from the water at 50 miles an hour to take down their prey. Now look inside the mouth here that's open here, folks, as I go. I'm going by slow so y'all can take it out, take a good look. You'll notice that Nile crocodiles don't have tongues. They do not. And they open their mouths because they're cold-blooded animals. When they open their mouths, it releases heat and gases, and that regulates their body temperature.
Hey, Clara, say hi.
Number one, come in.
Sip of one, over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red flag pit.
Oh.
Definitely want to check out that area.
10-4, Wilson. We'll keep our eyes open.
Ooh, the Serengeti.
Now, before we head that direction, take a quick peek here at this big upside-down looking tree on the right. Looks like the roots are in the air, doesn't it? That is the Baobab tree. That tree can survive long periods of drought by storing water inside its trunk and choosing not to grow leaves for up to 9 months out of the year.
Wow.
Now this is the Serengeti grasslands. This extends for hundreds of miles across East Africa. It is the superhighway for millions of migrating animals each year, and home to some of our more famous species like lions, elephants, and giraffe. And look out there to the right. Those little creatures out there are called Thompson's gazelle. We call them Tommies for short. They look like babies, but they are fully grown at 50 to 60 pounds each. And those little guys are built for speed and agility. They can run 55 miles per hour.
Wowzers.
Now the animals in this particular ecosystem really are quite amazing, folks, because each one of them, while eating, also plays a key role in the upkeep and the maintenance of this environment, like a gardener. And here's what I mean by that. Elephants, for example, are our bulldozers out here. They'll knock over a tree and eat the leaves from it, and that helps the grasses continue to spread. Now the giraffe eat the dead leaves from the undersides of the trees. They're like our built-in pruning shears. And that's healthy for the tree because light will then come through it so everything under and around it continues to grow. Now larger animals that feed on the grass regularly, like the various antelope species and zebra, we compare to lawnmowers. Now this is a antelope species to the left there. That is the sable antelope. They're the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. So they're like our lawnmowers, they feed on the grass. The smaller nibblers of the grass, like the Tommies we just saw, they're like our edgers. So in the grand scheme of this amazing ecosystem and its perfect natural balance, there's enough food out here for everyone, and this is the Wild Africa.
Oh my God, is that an anthill?
Now right here to my left, this tall pointy structure here is a termite mound.
Termites.
They're all around us in a variety of shapes and sizes. And they're made of termite saliva and dirt. Sounds gross, doesn't it? But in this ecosystem, everything has a purpose. Because of the acidity of termite saliva, these mounds are hard as cement. So elephants tend to use them as scratching posts. Now once they've scratched their itches and worn down the post to the size of the one to the right there in the middle, then smaller animals like antelope and gazelle will then climb on top of them to watch out for predators in the tall grass.
That's cool. Aardvark, get up in there. Wow. Water buffalo?
Now, on the left here, these magnificent horns belong to the Ankoli cattle. They're also known as Watusi cattle.
Watusi.
They were domesticated by Africa's Watusi tribe. This animal was never a food source, it was a symbol of wealth. This was the cattle of kings. The more of them a king owned, the wealthier you knew they were. Now those horns grow 5 to 6 feet long, folks, and they contain a honeycomb structure which holds blood vessels all the way to the very tip. The animal's blood is cooled inside those horns before being recirculated back into its body, thus regulating its temperature. Now to the right out here, these tan creatures feeding on the grass is Africa's largest and tallest antelope species. That is Patterson's eland. They stand 6 feet tall just at the shoulder. Full-grown males weigh about 2,000 pounds. And further out here to the right, these gray creatures are called white-bearded wildebeests. They host one of the largest land migrations on the planet, folks. A migration so large, in fact, it can be seen from outer space. That's 1.5 million wildebeests running together each year. And unbelievably, less than 5 minutes after a baby wildebeest is born, its natural instinct is to stand up and run like the wind. Because migration waits for no one.
Oh, those trees are
Over here to
beautiful.
the left, these are giraffe here. The one furthest to the right is the reticulated giraffe. That is the world's tallest animal. They stand 18 to 20 feet tall, fully grown. Their name comes from the Latin word reticulata, that means net. People call them spots, but the more accurate description for a giraffe pattern is a net pattern, and each one is as individual and unique as our own fingerprints. The other giraffe, they're all to the left, those are all Maasai giraffe. They only stand about 14 to 19 feet tall. Giraffe moms will carry their babies for about 15 months before giving birth to a 6-foot tall newborn. Giraffe eat for 18 hours a day. They only sleep about 30 minutes per day.
Whoa.
And you're complaining about not getting I only got 5 hours left.
We're approaching Monkey Point, Wilson. Over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its